I really like action films. I don't know if I have a favorite action film, but one of the first memories was being pretty young and watching Die Hard and just loving it. I don't know, maybe something's wrong with me. 2 Days in the Valley. John Hertzfeldt, the writer and director of that film, very ironically texted me yesterday with a Rotten Tomatoes. They just recently had done the best fistfights in movies, and we're number 17 on it, 2 Days in the Valley. The fistfight between me and Terry Hatcher. Back then, I just didn't know how to hone in any energy. I was just this wild animal. Was a clumsy person, and everybody was like, this is her first movie, and they were very patient. But I hit Terry Hatcher really bad. I connected right in her face, and I felt terrible. I felt really bad. I didn't knock any teeth out, but I think she was a little bruised. I was very poor, so I bought her really cheap beer, a card to just say I'm so sorry. Everybody was mortified because it was Terry Hatcher, and there was this bleached blonde Amazonian catsuit wearing nobody who was punching her in the face. I was 16 or 17, I think. I was working in in Miami. Yeah, this girl just got very aggressive with me at a bar and just started pushing me and shoving me, and then started talking smack, and that was it. There was no thought process behind it. My body just took over. And in my head I thought, I didn't just do that, did I? But then my friend was like, yeah, you just punched her. I might have given myself a light lobotomy while I was punching her, I don't know. But now when I'm, more of an adult and I think back, it was probably just something really lame. It was not badass like Lorraine at all. Yeah, I do a big wrestle move, which was probably the scariest thing that I had to learn for the movie. Somebody saying to you, catapult your whole body and just land on your back and your neck, which just sounds so wrong, and every ounce of your body and your head doesn't want to do that. We're not really throwing big dudes, right? And he's like, no, we're going to be throwing big dudes. And I was like, well, okay. I don't know about that, but I've always been fascinated by aberrant behavior and why people do horrible things. So I read a lot of books about it. It's pretty dark, and there's a part of me that wants to be able to understand it, and maybe it's just not, you can't understand it. So it is cathartic to get to play a character where you are allowed. It's like a free pass for your soul, nothing bad's gonna happen, and you can go and explore maybe what it would be like to be in that skin. I'm really, really good at cleaning. And I'm really good at laundry. I love coming back from a trip and opening up my suitcase and doing laundry at 4:30 because I'm so jet lagged. I dig that. I can't help myself. I'll walk into my kitchen and I'll be 20 minutes late just because I'm cleaning and I can't stop. It's a problem. It's called OCD. It's not healthy. Don't try it, kids. The worst is when I'm making a film and I'm in my trailer. I don't get enough cleaning out of my system, and then it kind of builds up, and then in my trailer with my toothbrush, and I'm brushing the corners of the trailer because it's so filthy, and they're like, we're ready for you, Charlize, and I'm I'm gonna be right there. Just need to get some more corners in here. It was in the backyard. I was 12. His name is, I think, Nicky Smith. He had braces. We were really nervous. It was kind of we had set it up. There was nothing romantic about it. We were this weekend, we are watching Friday the 13th, and we are making out. And then we stalled, and finally his mom was in the front, in the driveway honking for him, and I was standing in front of him, and we were come on, let's just do it. And then we did it, and it was horrible. His mom was like, Nikki! The braces and it was just super rushed and terrible. The thing that I connected with Lorraine was the fact that you feel everything.
She's in the top 1 percentile of actors to do their own action. She's badass.
At first, not knowing her skill level, we were gonna break things down, do 3 or 4 moves, then cut. Move the camera over here, couple moves, cut. But then when we saw her abilities, that really lit the light bulb for us of we got something special here, let's try to push this.
That's it.
So I changed the directives to the choreography team to go big and build it out, and we'll do longer takes and we'll do more complex moves because she could do 20 moves without cutting.
I had incredible teachers who were incredibly patient with me.
She would train with different martial arts drills.
Right from the beginning, it was very clear the way I was going to fight, how a woman would really be able to fight and not break every bone in her fist.
Because she's a woman and she's fighting men, if they use one hand, she would use two. Or if they try to throw a punch, she would throw three. Or use the environment around her to gain an advantage.
It was really intense. Let's do it again. I can do that. I can do that. These stunt guys took so many hits. I had to buy a lot of alcohol to be forgiven, but there were no injuries. There were absolutely nothing. Or so they told me. Are you okay? So I don't know. Maybe they went home and cried. I chose this life, and someday it's going to get me killed. But not today.